This is the GIS Evening Report for Thursday, May 16th, 2024. I am Rakisha St. Louis. In the headlines, local investment migration officials anticipate tremendous benefits from upcoming Caribbean Investment Summit. And Grenada Cooperative Bank commits to support micro, small and medium enterprises. We'll have details to these stories and more when we return.
Those who would be visiting Grenada for the first time to truly appreciate that it's a part of paradise. And if they're in the investment migration business, for them to appreciate their role in helping to let the world know that this part of paradise exists. We want it sustained. We want it to be around for generations to come.
Grenada has done an exceptional job in the regulation of its own program, as the Prime Minister and Brendan touched on. I think nobody should ever complain that we're doing our job well, and I think the due diligence that is done in Grenada is done exceptionally well.
Intention is largely, yes, to showcase the Caribbean programs, and on the 25th, it is our intention to have 3 different options for entertainment. One, of course, being a tour of the various developments.
Branding year, it's a 10-year anniversary, so we're going to make it count. It's going to be riveting, and I think all of us here are going to be happy to welcome our stakeholders, welcome our agents, welcome our citizens to Grenada. So I would say you're in for a treat.
Grenada has an excellent product, and at this point in time, I just want to welcome home all the investors, all the onlookers, all the marketing agents to CIS 2024 in May.
Welcome back. Investment enthusiasts say Grenada is poised to offer tremendous advantages to investors at the 2024 Caribbean Investment Summit from May 22nd to 25th. The first conference since the COVID-19 pandemic will be held in Grenada and will attract Caribbean leaders, CIU heads, global investors, real estate developers, international marketing agents, legal and financial service providers to assess and address the challenges and advancements of the Caribbean citizenship by investment community. The summit will be held under the theme Resilience, Strengthening and Adaptability and Sustainability of Caribbean Investment Migration in the face of global changes and increasing scrutiny from the EU, UK and the US. Prime Minister and Minister responsible for investment migration, Honorable Deacon Mitchell, is optimistic that the summit will empower delegates with the knowledge and connections needed to market the Caribbean investment programs to promote sustainability.
A conversation about how we continue to make sure that the programs are more sustainable, how we continue to make the programs attractive, not just to those who are involved in the investment migration business, but those who may misunderstand the program and who are ignorant about it, to make sure that they understand that the reason we hold things like a summit is because we are open and transparent, and we are happy to have scrutiny so that we can leave our detractors or those who, as I said, may misunderstand the programs, the intent of the programs, how the funds have been used to help develop and make the country more resilient, so that they have a better appreciation of that and they can go back to their own countries, whether it's Europe, whether it's North America, whether it's the UK, to basically be able to say, listen, we've come to Grenada, we've looked at the program, we've met with persons in the industry, and we're satisfied that that's an industry that is good, that is wholesome, that actually allows for a number of advantages, not just for Grenada, but for the investors and those persons who are looking for a second or third option, so that coming out of this, there's greater transparency, more confidence in the industry, and to leave people better educated.
CEO of Grenada's Investment Migration Agency, Thomas Anthony, says the various investment programs within the Caribbean will be showcased during the summit. As host country, Grenada's product will be in the spotlight.
On the 25th, it is our intention to have 3 different options for entertainment. One, of course, being a tour of the various developments, so that agents and those who are interested can get a first-hand view of the programs that have been funded, that are being funded under the program, so they can look, touch, feel. As I interact with international agents, it became clear that 95% of them have no idea about these islands. They've never been to these islands, but yet they are representing us in these corners of the world. And so, again, it's an opportunity for them to come to Grenada, to experience the island, to experience the developments under the program. And I think it makes them better advocates for the program.
Local agent for Global Services Inc., Afi Ventor De Vega, and Executive Diplomatic Banking Representative Brendan McGilvery are excited about the prospects of the 4-day summit. They encourage support and participation.
The summit is not just for the agents to come and see. I think the summit is also for the wider diaspora to come to Grenada. It's an opportunity to come home. And I think 2024, CIS 2024, is the best time to host in Grenada. It's a rebranding year. It's a 10-year anniversary. So we're going to make it count. It's going to be riveting. And I think all of us here are going to be happy to welcome our stakeholders, welcome our agents, welcome our citizens to Grenada. So I would say you're in for a treat. Anyone who is thinking of it, think no more. Book your flights, register, come back home.
I think that nothing happens before its time. I think that Grenada, over the years, would have redefined and developed a tremendous product. And CIS 2024 is uniquely poised. We are uniquely poised to offer a lot of advantages to our investors. Grenada has an excellent product. And at this point in time, I just want to welcome home all the investors, all the onlookers, all the marketing agents to CIS 2024 in May.
The Ministry of Infrastructure is presently working on changes to improve the production of cold mix at its 2 locations, the old airstrip at Pearls and Bouchejoux in St. George. The changes will see improved infrastructure and a reduction in the importation of the 45-gallon drums of bitumen for the production of the cold mix used for road maintenance. Chief Technical Officer in the Ministry of Infrastructure, Kevin Blash, says the decision was taken as a means of aiding to alleviate the traditional process that creates some challenges for the workers, especially when it rains. He says over the years, the workers had to heat the drums of bitumen over a fire pit before use, which is not only challenging, but somewhat dangerous.
At both locations, we mix coal mix in-house. Previously, we used to bring in smaller 45-gallon drums of bitumen, but we saw it necessary to start bringing in the larger 20-ton, 20-foot containers of bitumen in order to be more efficient in our operations. We also have other plans in place to ramp up our production of and our quality of paving and so on in the coming months as well.
The construction of the tank stands, Blash says, will allow for proper storage of the bitumen and an easier retrieval for the mixing of the cold mix.
The construction ongoing on the site is for the construction of a tank stand that would support the large bitumen containers that we would be bringing in. This would allow us to store the 2 main types of bitumen that we use to produce coal mix and to do paving on the road as well. And it would also give us the opportunity to heat up these tanks in a more environmentally friendly manner, as opposed to the current practices that we use.
Once the project is completed, it will mean an increase in productivity.
Currently, we mix our coal mix outside using our coarse, finer aggregate and bitumen. What ends up happening is that on rainy days you are unable to make any coal mix, and as a result you have a lot of downtime with equipment, personnel and so on. So to eliminate some of that wastage, we saw it necessary to make various investments in more advanced or more modern pieces of infrastructure.
This is the GIS Evening Report. More news after the break.
Get ready to witness the ultimate showdown of athleticism and adrenaline. The Whitsuntide Games are back, and they're bigger and better than ever before. Join us on Saturday, May 18th at the electrifying Karani James Athletic Stadium. The action kicks off bright and early with the morning session starting at 9 a.m. sharp. Watch the best local and regional athletes go head-to-head in a battle for glory and supremacy. But wait, the excitement doesn't stop there. As the sun sets, the evening session ignites at 4 p.m. promising even more heart-pounding action and jaw-dropping performances. Secure your spot now. Finish line A, lower and upper, $30. Finish line B, lower and upper, $25. General admission, main stand, $20. Get them now at gotofed.com. Mark your calendars and be there to cheer on your favorites as they strive for victory at the Whitsuntide Games 2024.
Welcome back. The Grenada Cooperative Bank has established a unit that will provide support to micro, small and medium enterprises in Grenada. The MSME unit was officially launched at the Spice Island Beach Resort on Wednesday. Through the unit, a suite of essential services tailored to meet the needs of the MSMEs will be offered, including accounting and finance, legal and technical services, and website and business development. This forms part of the bank's commitment to foster entrepreneurship growth and development. The bank's managing director, Laurie Lawrence, said that MSMEs lack support in a number of areas, and the bank has taken steps to provide empowerment, resources, and expertise needed to thrive in the business landscape.
We continue to be of the view that most large institutions, organizations have a proper structure in place, but with small businesses, MSMEs as we categorize them, they lack this support. What they do have is a lot of ingenuity. You have business owners, the small business person who has the idea, who can operationalize the idea, but what they lack is the sort of HR support. They lack the technical support, the accounting support, which is necessary for them to do banking or for them to qualify for loans, for financing. So what the MSME unit will do is to offer support to the small businesses, to the MSME units.
Lawrence said the requirements are unique to each business.
It will vary based on the purpose, based on how long the MSME has been in business, has been in operation. So for example, you would see a business startup would have a different requirement to an existing MSME or small business enterprise who already has a track record. So necessarily it would be to contact the MSME unit through the various officers so that the requirements that the particular applicant will have to fulfill will be communicated.
Robert Bristol, Managing Director of Bristol's Pest, is happy that micro, small and medium enterprises are getting opportunities to develop.
Programs like this through Coop Bank actually is an inspiration of hope for a lot of small business owners like myself, where financing has always been the conversation among small business owners for so much years, or the lack of financing thereof. So hopefully this types of initiatives could help to fill a gap that has help encourage small business owners to invest and to want to grow their businesses. So for me, I'm looking forward for extensive growth through all the rest of the year, through being able to access money. As we know, without money you can't do anything. Obviously, through the other part of the program with the support, the financial support, the legal support, I think that these types of programs is what helps shapes proper business practices.
Finally, organizers of the Grenada Invitational is moving full speed ahead to host one of the most anticipated world-class sporting event on June 6th. The 4th Grenada Invitational was launched at the Radisson Hotel on Thursday in the presence of the Minister with Responsibility for Sports, Honorable Jonathan Lacrette, sponsors and prospective sponsors. Grenada Invitational Chairman Dexter Mitchell said after the cancellation of the Games in 2020 due to the pandemic, this is a huge comeback for the event. He said Grenadians should go all out to support local world-class athletes as they prepare for Paris 2024 and the other international athletes that will be featured at this year's meet.
There are a lot of meets taking place around the world. All those meets are sanctioned by World Athletics. There are going to be midweek meets moving forward. There are just only so much meets that can take place on weekends. So when we applied for our date, we were asked if we can do a midweek meet. If you are having your local stars at home, there is no reason why your stadium should not be filled, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, whatever. So we accepted the challenge. So it's not a holiday. The next day is not a holiday. It's just that we have been asked to host a midweek meet because of the schedule as put out by World Athletics.
He made a clarion call for the support of local athletes as the Invitational will serve as a boost for them to go on to the Olympics and other international games.
I want to make this plea to all of us and to the people looking on live and so on. Let us not just wait until they get to the finals of the Olympics to cheer and to be fervent about our support for them. It starts now, and that is why the Grenada Invitational is important to them, to be able to come home in front of the home crowd, to be cheered on, to be urged on, because whatever they hear on Thursday the 6th of June, they will be hearing that in Paris. That is what will stay with them when they are competing in Paris. The energy that we use for certain things on social media, let us save some of that energy to support our local stars, to congratulate them, send them the love, cheer them on. That is very, very important to them. I mean, imagine this weekend, for example, so presently Anderson is in Portugal. He's in a mini camp. His next meet is on the 28th of May. He's in Portugal. He needs to know that we are supporting him. Kirani is in LA. He's competing on Saturday. And Lyndon is in Austria. He's doing his first meet on Saturday and Sunday. So whatever we can say, however we can echo our sentiments of encouragement, we should do it using the social media platforms. And definitely on Thursday, the 6th of June, we should come out in our numbers to support them.
Coordinator of Sports Curlon Peters, who is also one of the directors of the event, says he's excited to showcase the best of Grenada in track and field. He boasts of the country's ranking in hosting regional and international games like these.
We must give our hands up to and cheers up to our officials. You have seen them in other meets. We have wonderful officials in Grenada. I've been through all the training, all the meets, and make sure our games in Grenada always at the top level. From Winnon Islands games to all the football. You know, I travel from all over in some of the games, and we always perform well. People love our country. You know, and I'm excited this one also because I know when you're on ESPN or Max, we view in over 98 million households. We cannot pay for that. You know, we definitely can't pay for that. For the whole year of the Grenada Invitation after our travel, people always talk about it. I always send them to that site. Go see us on that site. We are looking forward to the 6th of June. Thursday, 6th of June at the Kirani James National Stadium. We don't only want to showcase our Olympians, although they will be the main one we want to showcase our local talent. So we will start 4:30 with all our champions from under 13 male and female 100 meters to under 20 male and female 100 meters. So we have 400 meters. We have the triple jump to showcase our character gold medals in the triple jump. We also have some replay races that needed to be seen. So we have the 400 meters and some of the 4x4 open male and female. So we'll start 4:30 with 13 events, including field events for athletes from our schools and clubs. They are selected by the ranking or the performance for the year in all the meets that have been held.
Minister for Youth and Sports, who also spoke on behalf of Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell and the Minister for Tourism Senator the Honorable Adrian Thomas, said government as a stakeholder and strategic partner is proud to be on board supporting the Grenada Invitational.
As we continue to build out our strategy for the development of our youth
as well as for the development of sports in Grenada across all disciplines. We continue to invest in the upgrading of our national facilities, as well as providing the kind of sports tourism environment, as well as general tourism environment as it relates to stay over visitors, coming to shores following these sporting events. Because believe me, I'm sure that with the respective teams, a lot of people are going to be coming in with their teams, and they're going to be definitely staying at our hotels and our guest houses, etc. So from a sports tourism perspective, and also from a general tourism perspective, we want to ensure that meets like these come to our shores as often as possible, as long as we have the capacity to host them. And we are extremely proud also that our Olympians are going to be back home performing just before they take up their stint at the Olympics this year. And we want to welcome them with open arms, and as Mr. Peter said, as well as others, encourage them that what they're going to hear on the 6th of June is a precursor to what they're going to feel during the Olympic Games.
Tickets for the Grenada 4th edition of the Grenada Invitational are on sale at popular ticket outlets and online at gotofet.com. That story just ended the GIS Evening Report for today. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Rikisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us.